Friends, in my last two videos, I am explaining about linear as well as time invariant system. We have seen when system is linear, we have seen when system is time invariant. So system is said to be linear if it follows superposition principles, and time invariant system, I told you that if the given system, if it commutes with delay system, then we can say that the system is time invariant, otherwise system is TV system, that is time variant system. So in case of linear system, we have said that linear combination, in other words, in case of linear system, we said that linear response of the system to the linear combination of input is equal to linear combination of respective outputs. So that way, so we can say that system is linear. So in case of time invariant system, shift in the input causes same shift in the output. So for particular input, if we are having some response, the same response will be there even if we delay the input. Only thing is that that response gets delayed by the same amount. So this was about linear and time invariant systems. So if our system is satisfying both the property, then we can say that system is LTI system. So we are talking about LTI system. In LTI system, I told you that whenever input applied to the system is delta function, output of the system is called impulse response. Or whenever in case of delta function, we can use word impulse function or delta function. So whenever we are having system, LTI system is given to us, it is with us, which is satisfying both the property linearity and time invariant. What I said, whenever input is delta function del n, the output of the system yn is called impulse response. So when the input is delta function, the output of the system, whatever output we get, that is called impulse response. And that whatever impulse response we get, that impulse response we use for representation of that system. So whenever I am putting this one input xn equal to del n, then that time whatever I am getting, I call that response, I denote that response, I denote that output by hn, and whatever is the response of the system to the impulse, that is used for representation of the system. So whenever whatever is written in this block, whatever is written in that block, sequence, whatever is written in the block, that is a sequence, and that sequence is representing the response of the system when input is impulse. That is why it is called impulse response. So after having this hn for delta n, and if I am applying any arbitrary input x of n, what is the output y of n? That is my question. So if we are having any arbitrary input x of n equal to del n, we have seen yn equal to hn. But if input x of n is any arbitrary input, that time can we find y of n? Yes, we can find y of n, because I told you that any signal x of n can always be expressed in terms of linear combination of shifted delta function, right? So after having that representation for given input x of n is equal to, where ak's are, they are the scalars, they are the samples of the given signal, into del of n minus k, and k, range of k depends on range of x of n. So range of x of n, if x of n is having p samples, so k is varying from 0 to p minus 1, and A0, A1, A2, A3 AP minus 1, they are the samples of the given signal. So whatever signal is there x of n, we can always write that signal in terms of linear combination of, these are the coefficients of linear combinations, and del of n minus k, this is shifted delta function, we can say shifted unit samples. Shifted unit samples, AKs are the coefficients of this shifted delta functions. So linear combinations of weighted and shifted, weighted or linear combination. Whenever I am saying word linear combination, it means that AKs are coming. So linear combination of shifted delta function. Shifted delta function. So if you write this, let us say we don't know about this signal x of n, it is starting from which point, whether it is starting from negative or positive. Let us say dot dot dot, and let us write k equal to 0. So k equal to 0, it will be what? A0 del of n. K equal to 1, it is del of n minus 1. So del of 0 means what? Del of n means what? It is 1 for n equal to 0. So amplitude of the signal is A0 at n equal to 0. And when this is 1, del of n minus 1, del of n minus 1 is having non-zero value when n equal to 1. So n equal to 1, it is having value 1 multiplied by A1. So your signal is having amplitude A1 at n equal to 1. Likewise, signal is having value A2 at n equal to 2. Del of n minus 2, where it is sitting? Del of n minus 2 is existing, it is sitting at n equal to 2. Likewise, here to us LHS also, we are having del of n plus 1, del of n plus 2 and all that, and coefficients a minus 2, a minus 1 and all that. So I told you that every signal x of n we can always express in terms of linear combination of shifted delta function or unit samples. So this is the representation of any arbitrary signal in terms of linear combination of delta functions. So having this representation in our hand, it means what input we are applying? We are applying this kind of input. So our input is shifted impulses, and sometimes we are having weighted and shifted impulses, right? Weighted and shifted impulses. So since the given system is linear system and given system is time invariant system, we have to exploit both the property, and then we can see the beauty of output or what kind of output we get. Okay, let us say my system is linear. So if it is linear, so I can say that A0 times del n, here yn will be what? What will be yn? A0 times h of n. A0 times h of n. Since we know that system is LTI, input is del n, in that case output it must be hn. Since input is scaled, output will also be scaled because of given system is linear. So if I exploit the property of time invariance n minus n0, input is shifted. What happens if the system is time invariant? If input is shifted, the corresponding output for del n output was what? hn. So here output will be h of n minus n naught. I am exploiting here property of time invariance. Shift in the input causes same shift in the output. We know that response to del n is hn, then response to del of n minus n0 is h of n minus a0. If I scale this by something, right, let us say an0, so output will be an0 times h of n. Why? Because system is linear system. So I am exploiting both the things, property of linearity and property of time invariance. Let us say let us take simple inputs del n response we know, output is Hn. If I take del of n minus 1, definitely it is a time invariant system, output is h of n minus 1. This is y of n, this is again y of n, response of the system. And if I combine these two, a0 times del n plus a1 times del of n minus 1, it is a linear combination. And since the system is linear, whatever is the response for del n response is Hn, scaling by a0, so response will be a0 into h of n for first input, and for second input a1 times this, the response will be a1 times h of n minus 1. So linear combination of input gives me linear combination of respective outputs because of system is linear. So linear system, linear combination of input giving rise to linear combination of outputs to the individual inputs. So this is about the linearity and time invariance, both properties. If we exploit, we get the corresponding outputs. So now let us come to this. Our input, we know what is our input. Our input is ak, these are constants decided by, I will tell you, this is decided by the samples of the given sequence, and del of n minus k, where let us say k is varying from minus infinity to plus infinity. It is what I am saying response. T is, I am denoting the system by T. Response of the system to x of n, this is my x of n. So what is that response? Y of n. I want to find this y of n. What is this? X of n, right? This x of n is nothing but ak del of n minus k. I told you that any arbitrary signal or sequence can always be written in terms of linear combinations of, shifted delta function. So here, since your system is linear, so what I do is, so I can take this t inside, ak's are constant, right? So t is operating on del of n minus k, right? Since system is linear, if it is multiplied by constant, the output is also multiplied by constant. So we need to only see the response of system to del of n minus k, right? ak del of n minus k I can write, and since the system is linear, so ak can be taken out, because we know that if input is multiplied by ak, output is also multiplied by ak. So that is why I can write like this. Now we know that since the system is time invariant, then response of the system to del of n minus k is h of n minus k. So y of n is equal to ak h of n minus k. So after having this as an output, so whatever may be your input x of n, any arbitrary input x of n, my output will be like this, ak into h of n minus k. So let us look at the given equation, x of n. What is x of n? X of n is nothing but summation ak del of n minus k. When I am writing here k, it means for all k. So we know that any input x of n can be written as this using this equation. So here, if I want to find what is a0, so let us put n equal to 0 and see what is happening. X of 0, if I put n equal to 0 here, n equal to 0, and when a and I and k both becomes 0 0, that time only it has value 1, so it is a0. If n equal to 1, what I get? N equal to 1. If I put n equal to 1, so n equal to 1, when k becomes 1, that time only it has value 1, otherwise it has value 0. So what is x1? a1, right? When n equal to 2, del of 2 minus k, as long as k is not 2, it is result is 0, and when k becomes 2, this becomes 0, so del of 0 becomes 1, so it becomes a2 equal to x2, and so on. If I go like this way, So definitely I can say that x of k is equal to a of k. X of k equal to a of k for all k. For all k. Now by putting this in this equation, what we get, that equation is called equation of convolution. So y of n is equal to summation ak equal to what? X of k, and del of n minus k, that response is h of n minus k. Now if you look at this equation, you are having given signal x of n and you are having impulse response of the system, you can always find y of n. So what is the purpose of this equation is, whenever we have any arbitrary input and you are having response of the system to that arbitrary input, then we can always find output, that y of n, this y of n is equal to, we can say, x of k h of n minus k. In mathematics this equation is called convolution sum. This equation is called convolution sum, and the notation which is used for showing the convolution is x of n. This is the notation. This is notation for convolution. X of n convolve with h of n is equal to y of n. So y of n is changing x of n according to h of n. So here x of n is a signal which is going through a system whose impulse response is h of n. So output y of n is shaped by the impulse response. What kind of output you will be getting, that is decided by the kind of h of n. So let us stop here. This is the equation which is convolution sum equation. In the next video we will be looking at the various properties based on the h of n.